lecturer, but now, well, we have to focus on issues of national development. And today we want to look at the contribution of higher education institutions to the tenfold growth strategy. Now, we want to grow our economy 10 times by 2040. A Ugandan watching us, listening to us, by 2040, we want to have grown our economy 10 times. That is what they call the tenfold growth strategy. And joining me to discuss this, I have Dr. Opur Joseph, who is a lecturer at Gulu University. But this man has so many coats on his shoulders, and I'll just look at a few because I can take quite some time. He is a lecturer at Gulu University. He's the CEO of Opul Skilling Foundation Africa. He's the director Quality Education Consultancy, the president Rotary Club of Soroti Central, a life member of Uganda Red Cross. Let me first hold that. There are so many. Yes. But he has so many quotes. Now, join me, welcome my guest this morning. Doctor.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Robert. It has been a while since
I'm not going to call you Rotarian, Doctor, Professor, then let me just use one.
Opul Joseph is enough. Yes, it has been a while since we caught up. I think if I remember, we must have met either early in the year or last year. So I greet all the Ugandans who are viewing us right now, our neighbors, international community, and not forgetting Team Gulu University. Right now, everyone from the staff, the students at Gulu University, everyone is on no other television other than UBC. Those in Gulu University main campus. We also have campuses in Kitgum district. We have a campus in Hoima, Kotido, and Moroto. So everyone is glued to...
You even have a campus in Moroto?
Actually, a conference college that is due to start either in August or sometime next year. That was a directive of the president of Uganda. So we are serving, Gulu University is serving a nation in different parts of the country. Not only are we within actually sub-region, but in the rest of the regions.
Let me just go off track a bit. You've interested me when it comes to Gulu University. Now, the last time I was at Gulu University, I had come there's some conference.
Yes.
Now, I was told, but I don't have facts to it, that Gulu University is not dominated by people in the northern region. That yet majority, and someone told me, but Robert, you're a journalist. This is Gulu University. But even the students that are making the majority are not coming within northern Uganda. How true is that?
First of all, it should be noted that Gulu University is a public institution. And public means that for all Ugandans.
True.
Whether students, whether staff. For the case of the students, they admit any student who has met the requirements as per the advert and then admission criteria. It doesn't matter whether you come from Isoro, you come from Katakwi, you come from wherever. You will be admitted if you meet both those on government and then also those on private. And also for the case of the staff, if you have met the requirements to be recruited as a lecturer or other position within the university, we must be able to have you admitted there. Of course, we know that most cases people think that if a university is located in Soroti, we should have very many people from Teso in the university.
Yes.
And the same applies to if a university is located in Acholi, we should be having more people. Well, if the people qualify, because it's about the qualifications and the experience. If you have the qualifications, you have the requirements, you have the experience, then you should be able to be admitted. So bear in mind that whoever told you that, remind the person that Gulu University, like any other public university, is open to all qualified Ugandans. Even you, if you have papers in the near future, now that you have a friend who's already in Gulu University, you never know, it can be a fair added advantage if you bring your papers and we see that you made the requirements, you never know, UBC will have to exit you and they allow you to be at Gulu University.
But they advertise a position of PRO. I'll be the first to push in my papers.
Oh, please, earliest possible. and also you have to handle me very carefully because you never know. My, say, a blessing can give you a very good mileage as far as that is concerned. Because there is having qualifications. What if you are many? Yeah, if you are many, so that is very important.
Well, now, Doctor, away from that lighter bit of it, let's look at today's topic of how higher institutions of learning can be useful to 10-fold growth strategy. First, in a layman's language, help us define this. I have done a bit, but of course, you my guest.
Yeah, maybe before we define the 10-fold growth strategy, it's very important for our viewers to understand what higher education institutions are. Higher education institutions in Ugandan context means universities, both those in public and the private universities, Gulu University, Soroti, Makerere, UCU, KIU, all those one. Then technical and vocational institutions. And then we have public health training institutions, among others. So those constitute what we call higher education institutions. The subject we are discussing today is very critical and very important because you're aware that the government of Uganda started what we call competence-based curriculum in secondary schools. That's about 6 years ago. Now, the students who are doing competence-based curriculum in O level, right now, they will sit for their A level end of the year. And therefore, the higher education institutions will receive these students next year in the various institutions that we are talking about. And that means that the way those students join universities in terms of thinking, their mindset, and many more others, is different from the students who have just concluded the A-level last year. Because at the time it was knowledge-based teaching and learning. Now this is different. So that means that all the higher education institutions in Uganda must be prepared with their guns to receive the students with the that kind of mindset. So I thought that was very important for the viewers to understand that what exactly are we talking about by higher education institutions, plus even others that have not been able to talk about, but they belong to that category that I've just told you about. Now coming to our subject, 10-fold growth strategy. Before I talk about that, I wanted you to know, and our viewers, that why did UBC choose me to talk about this? What was the reason behind? My philosophy of life as a person has a strong correlation with the subject that we are discussing today. Number one is that much as I'm a lecturer in Gulu University, I teach foundations of education, and in particular I teach philosophy of education. And the philosophy of education, as far as the university is concerned, I'm supposed to teach it as per the guidelines and the curriculum given by the university and approved by National Council for Higher Education. But because of my philosophy of life, that the best way of nurturing young people, women, in and around the universities is economic empowerment, I divide my lectures into two. I teach what Gulu University has given me as far as philosophy is concerned. I also spare some 30 or 40 minutes to teach my students about economy, about entrepreneurship, business startups, business acceleration, innovations. And I joined Gulu University in 2024. All the students that I teach, they're even those that I don't teach, but they already know the gospel, according to Opulu Joseph, is economic empowerment. And from the organizations that you talked about, Opulu Skilling Foundation Africa, Quality Education Consultancy Limited, our target is to train about 20 million young people, women, the community, to start businesses in the next 10 years. Others to accelerate for those who already have the businesses. If we can be able to polish what they are doing, there are some gaps that they have as far as operation of their businesses are concerned. We need to see how to polish them, and then issues of innovations. So I go to the university with the mindset of private sector, NGO background, and plus government mindset. So you can see those combinations. Right now, Chirabo, if you told me after the show and say, Joseph, we want you to sweep our premises, I'm not going to tell you that, but you, Robert, the whole professor, you want us to sweep? No, that's not my business. My business is money. I'll remove the coat, the tie, put in my car, and put on my jacket for sweeping. After sweeping, I'll go and shower, change. I've already picked my money. I jump in my car and go away. So I think you can see the correlation between my philosophy of life and then what we're discussing today here, the tenfold growth strategy.
Which I want you to give an overview.
Now, coming to the 10 growth fold strategy by government of Uganda. Government of Uganda last year through Minister of Finance, they designed and developed a blueprint, maybe we call it a plan, called tenfold strategy. Maybe in a layman's English, government of Uganda currently has a GDP of 50 million US dollars as of last year and currently. Now, government of Uganda thinks that since 1986 up to date, there are many developments that the government of Uganda has done under the leadership of President Museveni. In the initial years, there are issues of security, rebel groups, and many more others. So transformation is not an event. So now the government thinks that now that we have strong security almost across the country, I'm not yet aware if there is any part of Uganda where we talk about rebels, apart from part of Western Uganda where ADF occasionally crosses. But remember that in the past we had over 30 rebel groups in Uganda, in Teso, in Acholi, and wherever. So the government was able to pacify the country. So now that, and you cannot do business where there's insecurity.
Definitely.
Even if you do it, the risks are many. Today you have done this, you have stolen this, they have done ABCD, and many more. So now that the government says that now, after we have pacified the country, I think we need to do more. We need to triple the way we do things. That's why they're saying that from the 50 million US dollars GDP currently, in the next 10 years, we need to make it 500,000 US dollars GDP for Uganda. And if you multiply 50 million US dollars times 10, the 10 years, it comes to 500 million US dollars GDP in the next 10 years. So what the government is saying that you, Chirabu, if you have 10 goats right now, in the next 10 years, we want those goats to be 50 goats or even more. If you have oxen or whatever you are doing, can you multiply it by 10? And because GDP is calculated what everyone contributes or the value of your economy and divide by all the population in Uganda. So that means that every Ugandan, in Uganda I think they call that Yona. In Acholi, Weng.
Weng?
Yes, in Acholi.
I'm good at the language.
I know you want to be a student of Acholi, and you are doing it very well. Then when you come to Teso, say Kere.
Kere.
Yes. And then and other languages. So every Ugandan must get involved deeply as far as the achievement of this tenfold growth strategy of government of Uganda is concerned, because GDP is for all of us. So that is what, in very simple English, I can say about tenfold growth strategy. And government is confident that this is achievable. Now that the rest of the things that used to destabilize the country have been largely sorted out, and now it is a question of sustainability, security. Maybe there are some few thugs who keep the panga welding people, those needed to be weeded out, so that Chirabo, if you are selling your tomatoes, sell your tomatoes peacefully. Up to any time of the night, because I've been to different parts of the world, people are trading. There is no sleeping. There are those who trade up to midnight, the other ones go.
People work in shifts.
The actual working shifts. So I think that is what briefly I can give as an overview of a tenfold growth. But maybe the strategy has some pillars. I think 4 major pillars, and those pillars are called ATMs. Now, normally when I talk about ATMs, people think that maybe it's about Stanbic ATM.
This card you, you slot in.
The card you slot in, then you give money. But also, government had designed it very well. Because this ATM should actually give us money. Even this the one we're talking about here. So ATMs, okay, there are 1A represents agro-industrialization. Agro-industrialization. The other T is tourism. The other M, mineral development. Then the other one, science, innovation, and then technology. So those are the areas now where we shall start asking, what are the universities supposed to do? Because with agro-industrialization, if you look at Robert, what we consume in Uganda, almost over 80% we import what we consume in Uganda. We import rice, we import what, and also what is even very painful sometimes is that we export raw materials. We export gold, we export what. Then the fellows will refine it. We take timber out, very many others, coffee and so on. The fellows will refine it, we sell it at a lower price, and then they will bring it here almost 50 times more expensive.
After value addition.
After value addition. And then before you go to value addition, also government is saying that we need to improve productivity. We also need to improve the thinking of the community and the citizens. Because most people think that...
What you call mindset change.
Mindset change. Most of the Ugandans, as long as you're able to eat, if you're able to get food for today, you are sorted.
You live one day at a time.
Exactly. But the government is saying that, yeah, on top of subsistence, agriculture, and lifestyle, we need to think about commercialization of our thinking. Yes, you have cassava for eating, but also you must have cassava that you take to the market. And on top of that, as the cassava is there, can we think of doing some value addition? Because agro-industrialization in simple English is actually value addition. And that's where Uganda has a big gap, that we send raw materials at a very low cost, we import them at a very high cost, and that is a very big problem to Uganda. Then when you come to tourism, mineral development, science and technology, I say that we need to promote tourism, both local and international. Robert, you may note that as Ugandans, we don't visit most of our tourist sites as Ugandans, including myself. So government is saying that we need to improve. Once in a while after your wedding, I am sure that there was a wedding sometime around you, also myself, you can go and relax.
Go to a game park.
Go to a game park.
But a number now fly to the land of white sand. They don't even check our game parks here. They will go to Dubai, South Africa, before this nonsense started there.
And that tourism also is for Dubai. So you are promoting, okay, it's not bad to go to Dubai. I've personally been there. But it should be accompanied, okay, you are going to tour, but also is there something that you are taking there to sell? Is there something else that you are going to do in Dubai? So government saying that let's promote local and the international tourism. And I'm happy that recently President Yoweri Museveni launched the construction of Kidepo International Airport, so that it's easy for the tourists to jet from Entebbe, you go to Kidepo, Masion Falls, and many more others. Then also in terms of minerals, we need to do mineral exploration, also value addition into the minerals. Then when you go to science, technology, and innovation, if you look at our studio here right now, of the equipment, if I'm not mistaken, all the equipment we're using here, we pick them from out of the country.
Yes.
And who makes this equipment from there? It is students from the university, it is innovators. I think now that's when we shall be able to dive to the what is the contribution of higher education institutions as far as achievement of the 10-fold growth strategy of government of Uganda is concerned.
And at that point, let me go for a break. We return with exactly the contribution of higher institutions of learning. Keep it with us.
Wow.
Live from
Time
UBC
cannot
Studios
rush.
in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Are you looking for a home away from home? Then this is the place for you. My name is Chini Kaji, and welcome to Hotel Le Confidential.
With 84 comfortable rooms where you can relax and feel safe. Each room has a lovely view of green vegetation, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and a tasty breakfast.
Children can have fun at our kids' water park and our kids' play area. You can also enjoy our world-class health club, spa, sauna, gym, boutique, and sky blue swimming pool.
Thank you for choosing Hotel Le Confidential, where every stay is unforgettable. Come and stay in comfort, right at home, today, tomorrow, and always.
The World Football Spectacle is here! From the vibrant cities of Canada, the passion of Mexico, and the grand stages of the United States, the FIFA World Cup 2026 is set to ignite the planet. Every goal, every save, every moment of glory, live and unforgettable on UBC TV and all its radio stations.
From the streets of Rio to the nights in Spain.
Follow Africa's finest, football's biggest stars, and the battle for the most converted trophy in world football. Where legends rise, dreams come alive, and history is made. UBC is the home of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Stay tuned to UBC TV and all UBC's radio stations, bringing the world to Uganda, one match at a time.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their account stories shape our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have an inn, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
Does banning groupage cargo clearance protect small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive? Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790 141 887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back from that break, and thank you so much for being with us on UBC TV. Robert Chirabo Nyonitono with Dr. Opur Joseph, a lecturer from Gulu University, but also a man who has, of course, a big CV there, involved in so many things outside actual lecture room work. Now, we are still looking at how higher institutions of learning can be of use to the 10 growth economic strategy by 2040. How can they? We know we want to multiply our economy 10 times.
Yes.
From what our GDP is today, and we must get there by 2040. Seems far, seems near.
But we are there.
But we must get
and we
there.
are going there.
Now, lecturer, doctor,
yes.
How are these high institutions going to be of value and use in this target?
Robert and viewers, they should be noted that the purpose of education, what we call education, at any level, but today we are focused on higher education institutions, is to impart functional knowledge, and I've used the word functional. Knowledge which you are going to use.
That is functional knowledge.
Yes, which is you are going to use. Functional skills.
Skills which I'm going to use.
Yes, yes, yes. Functional values. Functional attitudes.
Education also works on attitude.
Yes, 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 yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. Because that's why you find out that in Uganda we have so many issues of mindset and then talent development. And then those four that I've talked about, five, help us in simple English to solve the problems in our society. When you go to countries, develop curriculum based on the problems that they have in that particular country. There are countries without soil, so like Malta, you have to import soil. The soil that we are joking with here in Uganda. So, coming back to our education institutions of learning, everything that we are doing or that we should be doing there should be geared towards solving the various problems that we have in the society. Now, number one, what higher education institutions of learning should be contributing to this is first to popularize the strategy. Robert, if you went to most of the institutions right now of higher learning, to tell you the truth, that you may find out that less than 0.5% of the staff or tutors, lecturers, students actually have had hearing, let alone reading, let alone understanding it. So in collaboration with the government of Uganda, we need to popularize the strategy among all higher education institutions of learning in Uganda. let them understand what it is. Fortunately, the copies are online. So you don't have to say, maybe I don't have a copy. Right now you can download the copy as we are discussing it here. Maybe by the time when we finish the show, somebody would be already a professor of the tenfold growth strategy. They would have understood what it means and many more others. So I think that's one of the strong contributions.
First is understanding it.
Popularizing it, and okay, get even a copy, read it, understand it, popularize it among all the communities of higher education institutions of learning. That is the students, the staff, and even the parents. Sometimes we invite the parents and many more others, so that before you start doing it, before you start implementing it, operationalizing it, and many more others, you must have a copy. Actually, let it become a Bible. Either you have it in your computer or you have it on your WhatsApp. Anytime you can look through, and so that you are able to understand what the government is planning to do. And then now, when we now go to the operationalization, institutions should be able to do a lot of business startups. We are talking about the 10 years. Currently, in terms of startups are concerned, we are ranked out of 132 countries. We are ranked number 96 as far as startups, business startups are concerned. Meaning that we are not doing very badly, but also we are not there. We are not there. We need to do a lot. There are countries that have been institutions where have been business startups is compulsory. It doesn't matter which course you are doing. You are doing law, you are doing medicine, you are doing engineering, you are doing education, and you are doing nursing, technical, and many more others. If you already go to this institution when you have a business, the institution should help you to improve what you are already doing. If you don't have, the institution should help you to start. As far as I am concerned, yet here in Uganda, we don't have that every student going to the university must compulsorily have or start an enterprise. I think that is the area where we need to government.
But you can only give what you have. Now, have the academic system prepared these students that by the time they go to university, they have a business. If you find a mature man who doesn't have a business, a parent who doesn't have a business, a traditional civil servant, all he knows is his job, and he has been there for the last 50 years, 60 years, moving out. Then how do we look at a student who is joining university to have a business?
Robert, maybe what you should bear in mind is that currently, as far as the O-level is concerned, every student is expected to do a project. And actually, recently, I authored an article. I was questioning the way UNEB is publishing results. That right now, when you go to any secondary school, there are many students who are doing good projects and innovations. Unfortunately, when they do, they submit them to UNEB, and when you go to senior 5, senior 6, you leave the project there because students still think that it is for examination. Now, government of Uganda, through Ministry of Education and Sports, now should be able to nurture. As you are going to senior 5, it doesn't matter which combination you are going to do in A level, you should be able to continue with your project. Even when you join any higher education of learning, you should be able to continue with your project. In O level and A level, it is compulsory for now. But even if it is compulsory, it is yet seen for examination purposes, because you saw recently when you released results, I think in March or February, how are they ranking the best performing schools? Schools with the A's, those with B's, and many more others. What we want the UNEP to do is that also tell us that now we have been able to have this number of business startups. We've been able to have this number of business accelerations. We have been able to have this number of innovations. We have been able to create this number of jobs. I think that is what Uganda is looking for. And therefore, if we are receiving those type of students who are going to join institutions next year, it is already a fertile ground for the institutions. It's different from these other students who may have not been exposed to competence-based curriculum. Now, in higher education, higher institutions of learning, we call it competence-based education and training. Now it's different now from competence-based curriculum. That is for now secondary schools. So there should be linkage between what they did in the secondary school and now what they are going to do in higher education. So it's about the direction. If we give the students the direction, they are able to follow the direction. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, people just need the direction. So our biggest contribution as the institutions of learning, higher education of learning, is that we must make it compulsory at every student. And to do that very well, we need the guidance from the government of Uganda, from Office of the President through the Ministry of Education and Sport, and through National Council for Higher Education. Because as we speak right now, it is still open. Whether you have startups, whether you don't have, no one questions you. But if the directive comes from government that all higher education institutions of Uganda, and they should even plus the directive plus targets. Makere University, we need maybe 10,000 startups. Budo University, we need 5,000 business startups. We need these accelerations. Nurses schools, technical schools, and all this. Because government is our regulator. Government has a yellow card, government has a red card. And so that during graduations, we are reading a list of the students. You have seen graduation list, graduation book from any university. Have you seen any book which has, okay, today we have this number of business startups that the houses have started, we have this. It's only the list of the students that you will see there. So once we do this, we should be able to see different trends and changes as far as graduation is concerned. We are reading the list of the students who have graduated good, but also we need to tell the public what innovations have we done, what accelerations have we done, how many startups have we been done. And this is what takes place in many of the top universities in the world. If you go to Stanford University, you must be aware about the Silicon Valley. That the Silicon Valley, the innovations come from the university. The community takes their ideas from Silicon Valley, they take the university. Say, we want this type of a phone, we want this type of a car, we want this type of this. How can you help us to improve on this? So the university will work with the community to do the innovations and all this, and then they come up with the products. I can assure you that if the government of Uganda works very collaboratively with the institutions of higher learning, we shall even surpass the Silicon Valley. We shall go beyond, because Stanford University, I think for the last 10 years, they have been able to establish more than 39,000 business startups and innovations. And I think that if you went to any institutions of learning, high institutions of learning in Uganda, it might be difficult for you to get those records. And then they might even be there, but also we don't have a very clear track of this. So I think this is our biggest contribution that we need to do as institutions of learning. We must make it compulsory, and then also we must set the targets. And these targets should be in our strategy plans of all institutions of higher learning, that how many business startups are you planning to have? You set those that you're able to achieve. You don't put something that
is very complicated, but it requires a lot of funding.
Yes, but the biggest is if the government gives directives. That is what I wish it happens. I know that Madam Professor Okwakol, who is the Executive Director of National Council for Higher Education, they are doing a lot as far as improving the designs of the curriculum, monitoring it, because now that's what they call competence-based education and training. But also, it's difficult to measure whether the institutions are going to transform this into what we are discussing today. That's why it's good to embed the targets there, so that we have in Uganda, we have about 1,400 institutions of learning. Say, how much is each one of these targeting? Maybe are we able to do about 5 million or 1 million or 2 million, whatever the targets we should be able to do. Now, these startups are the ones that will grow. They become business babies. You start from the business pregnancy, you start from you giving birth, and then you start from business crawling, business walking slowly, you become a business baby, you become a business youth, you become now a big person, a big business like Chirabo here, and many more others. So if we did that, would have given a very big contribution to the tenfold growth strategy in the next 10 years. I can tell you that last time we were here in the show, I told you that there are many young people that we have trained, both as School University and then the Police Skilling Foundation Africa. Some even online, if you went and you typed online there, you'll be able to get. Now, one student is able to employ about 6 people. That is a senior 6 leaver, called Ocloro Francis. He may be listening right now. Now, so if we have someone in senior 6, he's employing graduates of the university, those who have diplomas. Now, what about if majority of the students dive into the same? Actually, the issue of unemployment will be history in Uganda. And if there are people who are looking for jobs, those, a job should be a service, like what you are doing right now. You are not here making money in UBC. You are making a contribution to the country. Yes. It should not be a place where you are going to where you are doing your livelihood. Your livelihood should be in your business and many more others. So we want to nurture a younger generation that is saying, okay, on top of my contribution, you are a police officer, you are UPDF, you are a lecturer, and many more others. But also, I have my cows, I have my hens, I have my goats, I have my onions, I have this. That is the kind of the younger generation that the institutions of higher learning in Uganda should be nurturing. I want you to bear in mind, Robert, is that there are students who get out of the university, and if their parents who want their students to be in office.
Those jobs are not that very many.
If you tell them that I am a senior sweeper in UBC, my son, after even you have finished a degree, you are a senior sweeper, please. But you never know how much a sweeper is getting in UBC. Maybe I'm getting my 3 million. But they want you to be a place where they say you are the manager and you are getting 200,000. That is happiness to the parents. The parents and even the graduate.
He's a manager.
They are happy that he's a manager, but getting 200,000. But he's not happy to say you're a senior manager, even a junior sweeper at UBC, but you're getting 5 million. They did not want that one. So we want to decolonize that kind of thinking among the community, and then also the students, and then our graduates. I can assure you, before I ventured into the 2 organizations, I used to have the same thinking. Actually, my changing mindset started in 2008 when I started doing private work. I used to think that business, like many people think, is for those who have failed in life, those who have not gone to school, those who dropped out of school. Those are the ones who should be in the Owino Market, who should be in Chireka, who should be in Katakwi, and many more others. Now I've realized that I'm a late comer. I delayed to be guided to start that. I should have started that before even joining primary 1. Before joining primary 1.
Some bit of...
Exactly.
So you believe, in a nutshell, Doctor, that if we can empower, if academic institutions can empower their students,
yes,
to be in the money economy, not to wait after completing studies.
Actually, I think we need to first empower all the staff of higher education of learning before you even talk about the students.
Because you can't give what you don't have.
You can't give what you don't have. Not that the staff in higher education institutions of learning don't know. Because if a person is teaching anatomy, in medicine, that is what I'm supposed to teach. I teach and then go away. I would have done my work. The university is not going to arrest me or to accuse me that, but you have not done your work. But given the state of affairs in the current situation of the 21st century, it is no longer only about what you are supposed to teach. We need to teach students about the 21st century, but before we teach them, we also need to lubricate the mindset, the capacity of those people, my colleagues, who are in higher education institutions of learning. I have been to very many universities in Uganda. I've been invited to Moon University. I've been invited to Bustema University, Soroti University. I've been to many schools, even on pro bono basis. I've been to, I've done some trainings in Laibi, in Gulu, Okoth YY, Kitugum High, Oche in Gulu, Katakui High, and many have been to Makerere University. All the things I am doing them on pro bono, but driven by my God-given vision that I want to achieve a target of 20 million business startups in the next 10 or 20 years. And on record, even if I died yesterday, tomorrow, if I go to heaven, I've not yet been to heaven. I don't know whether you have been there. You will remind me.
One thing I know is it is there.
It is there. Me, I yet don't know until I go there. If I die before achieving my targets, I still want to do the same when I go to heaven. If heaven is there, because I am sure that maybe I may not go to hell with all the good things that I'm doing to Uganda. I am sure that I might.
So you'll be somewhere.
I might be in heaven because you can imagine if a person is targeting to economically empower 20 million people in Uganda. I am sure that God will appreciate. God is appreciating my contribution. Yes.
In the interest of time, it's been very interesting having you and talking about how we can empower these students through school, not to wait for the end bit of it, but to know that the time is now for you to venture in, look at changing our curriculum like you've noted, making adjustments here, and of course the lecturers, the teachers themselves, having a mindset change towards them so that they can change also how they view things and perceive things. Now, I'll have to let you go in the interest of time, but I'll just give you a minute for your parting shot.
So before you let me go, my recommendation to all education institutions from nursery up to the university and to the government of Uganda, that let's make it compulsory for all learners in all education institutions to start businesses. We improve those who already have. We do innovations. Once we do this, I can assure you that the achievement of the 10-fold growth strategy, we might even exceed. The president is talking about 500,000 US dollars. Yes. We might even go beyond what the president is projecting. So I feel that once we do that, we would have made a very commendable contribution to the strategy. And therefore, I would like to thank you and the team UBC for hosting me. And thank all the viewers who are listening to me, and not forgetting Team Gulu University from wherever they are, Team Opulu Skilling Foundation Africa, Quality Education Consultant Limited, and the international community, because I posted this flyer somewhere. There are many people who are listening to us, viewing us from Juba and the rest of the world. Thank you so much. Blessings.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Opul Joseph, a lecturer from Gulu University, but also very instrumental in empowering young children, school-going children, universities into doing something.
Money economy. You're saying money economy.
Money.
Yes.
Putting them in the money economy. See you tomorrow. The good Lord willing. Have the best of your day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Pick of the day on UBC. Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, you can now get all